Hello and welcome to the next session of Sunday Morning Together. It's great that you can join in to listen to the last part of the story of Ruth. So far we've heard how Naomi and Ruth had to leave the country of Moab, where they headed back to Bethlehem, where Naomi was from. There they had no money or food, so Ruth went to local fields to try and gather grain. They met Boaz, who was a distant relative of Naomi. Ruth and Naomi had then hoped that Boaz would continue to look after them and maybe one day marry Ruth. We left our story with Naomi and Ruth just waiting.
Boaz went to the city gates to wait for the other relative who might have looked after Ruth. When he walked by, Boaz asked to speak to him. Boaz also asked for 10 of the elders of the city to listen to what he was going to say. He spoke to the relative and explained what had happened to Naomi and Ruth. Boaz asked if the man wanted to buy Naomi's land and marry Ruth. Boaz told him that if the relative didn't want to do it, then he would. The relative said that he couldn't do it because then when the relative died, the land would go to Ruth's children instead of his other children. Then he gave Boaz something to show that he was serious. During that time in Israel, when people bought property, one person took off a sandal and gave it to the other person. This was like signing an agreement. So when the close relative said to Boaz, "You buy the land," he took off his sandal and gave it to Boaz. Then Boaz announced to everyone that he would buy Naomi's land and marry Ruth. He used all the elders as witnesses. He wanted Elimelech and Naomi to be remembered in the town where they were from, in Bethlehem. The elders who listened to what was being said all agreed to the deal and wished Boaz good blessings from God for his future with Ruth and hoped that his family would be a great one. So Boaz married Ruth, and later on Ruth had a baby boy. The woman there said to Naomi, "Praise the Lord for this child. He will make you feel alive again, and your family is getting bigger. Ruth made it happen, and she loves you so much." The neighbours also gave the little baby boy his name. They named him Obed. Obed was the father of Jesse, and Jesse was the father of David. We know from our Bible stories that the elders hoped that Ruth and Boaz's family to have a great family came true. David became one of Israel's great kings, and he was a great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather of Jesus.
Well, that is us now finished the book of Ruth. Over the last 4 weeks, we've gone through all 4 chapters of Ruth's story, and we've now learnt that the distant great-great-great-grandson became Jesus, who would ultimately go on to save the whole world. We'd love it if you could join us again next week, where we're going to be starting a new story series. We're going to be starting to look at the arrival of Jesus. Using the Google Drive link below, you can find the worksheets to join in and keep your learning at home. If you would like to join in live with us next week, please get in contact and join us at 10:15 a.m.